What's up guys, Cardfight here, and today I'll be doing an all-new deck profile on my Altmile Ting Blaster deck. As a huge fan of Altmile, I've been tweaking around with different builds and ways you can abuse Altmile, and I found out that the Blaster engine is perfect in the Altmile deck, especially with the ability of transcending the heavens to give you permanent front row power, and Liu's ability to giving additional attacks to your Vanguard with a combo of Floggle and Blaster Blade. Alright, so as I've been messing around with this deck and I've been enjoying it a lot, so I decided to share this build with you guys. If you guys want more Altmile build, be sure to comment down below and like this video, please. I really appreciate all those likes. Alright, so let us get on to the deck profile. First, we play 4 copies of Ting Saber Dragon, sorry, Ting Blaster. Alright, Ting Saber's ability is, when this card's in Legion, you can, at the end of the battle, when this unit attacks, you can Counter Blast 2 and Soul Blast 3 and choose 2 cards from your hand and discard it. If you do, superior write a card called Ting Saber Dragon from your deck and resend the Vanguard. So basically, at the cost of Counter Blast 2 and 3 souls, you will be able to resend this Vanguard. And the best part of it all is, when you have 5 soul in Ting Saber, during turn your Legion, high chance if you have 4 unflipped damage, you can do a double restand, which means you'll be attacking 6 times. Sorry, 6 times. You'll be doing 6 drive checks and attacking 3 times as with a Vanguard. This is very, very good because it forces a lot of cards off your opponent's hand, or is perfect as a finisher. For now, Altmile unfortunately doesn't really have a very optimal grade 3 other than Sentry Guard. So I've decided to try out the Ting Blaster engine, and it's been working perfectly for me. 4 copies. This is great because I know many of you guys have been holding on to your Ting Saber Dragons, and with GBT-06, you might feel that there's not much builds you can play other than the Ting Blaster deck, which abuses grade 2 lock. And the worst part is the new Crate Elemental is coming out, which prevents the grade 2 lock nonsense, which I actually am hoping for because I really hate grade 2 lock. Next is 4 copies of Altmile. Okay, the reason why we play 4 Altmile is because we play Transcending the Heavens. It is a very, very good strike card. And Transcending requires you to have an Altmile heart. Alright, what Altmile does is GB2. During your turn, all your units on the front row gives us 5k power. Great finisher if you've run out of strides. Unfortunately, 16G zones haven't arrived yet. If 16G arrives, it is great for Royal Paladins because we tend to run out of stride quite often. So this plus 5k front row is a perfect fix for that. Second ability is, whenever you perform stride, you may counter blast 1. If you do, select 2 cards in your hand and superior call them to your Rearguard circle. After that, you can add 5k power to 2 of your units. So it's important to note that you do not need to call the units, and you can just add power. So you could just add 2 units 5k even if you do not call any cards from your from your hand. So yeah, 4 copies of Altmile because it is the best right target, especially with Transcending the Heaven and the Blaster engine. You could abuse it a lot. So yeah. As I did in my previous combos, I've shown you that the more attacks I do, the more advantage I gain. That this is where the whole Blaster engine comes in. Alright, let's get on to the Blaster engine. The Blaster engine consists of 4 Blaster Blades, 3 Blaster Blade Seeker, mostly for the Blaster in the name, and Ting Saber Dragon. So yeah, the main card of the Ting Blaster engine is favorite Pupil of Light and Darkness, Liu. His ability is, when this unit is boosted by a Blaster Friend Bakao or a Floggle, it gains a 3k power and a skill. At the end of the battle that this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may counter blast 1 and put this unit into the soul. If you do, search your deck for a grade 2 card with Blaster in the name. So you could either call Blaster Blade or Blaster Seeker. This is great because at the cost of 1 Counter Blast, it gives you additional attack, which works perfectly with Transcending, and helps you fuel soul for your Ting Saber Dragon, which is freaking good because my previous Brave deck profile actually was kind of lacking a decent grade 3. I was using the other Brave grade 3, which to be honest wasn't the best right target. The best right target is actually Ting Saber Dragon. It's a great right target. If you happen to write Ting Saber Dragon, just go and swing with your Blaster engine, get soul, do a double restand and go for game. If you're going for Altmile, do my 6 attack combo with the Transcending the Heavens. So yeah, this card is very broken. Alright. Next is 4 copies of Tachiada de Boku no Bunshin. Right? Blaster Blade. Blaster Blade. When this unit is placed as a Vanguard circle, reader as a Vanguard, it can counter blast 2 and retire any unit opponent controls. And when this unit is placed on the Rearguard circle, you may choose a grade 3 or a grade 2 or greater Rearguard on your opponent's Rearguard and retire it. So get rid of those huge attackers, pesky attackers. And it's great now because you have Bakao to unflip 1 damage, making the cost less. Right. And it's mostly he's the main search target for Liu. Alright, next is 3 Blaster Blades. Blaster Blade Seeker, the Seeker version of Blaster Blade. Counter blast 1, and when this unit is placed on a Rearguard circle and you control a Vanguard with Seeker in the name, you can retire 1 front row grade 2 or less. Grade 2 or higher. So it's perfect when you're riding Ting Saber because a counter blast 1 for a cheap retire is really good, similar to Blaster Dark Abyss. Counter blast 1 to pop 1 is very nice. And it's mainly used as a mate for Ting Saber Dragon. Right, let's go on grade 1s. 4 copies of Perfect Guards. This deck, you definitely want to have 4 unflip damage when you're going for kill. So flipping damage is very important. 4 great strike enablers or Altmile searches. When this unit is placed on the Rearguard circle, you may reveal a grade 3 in your hand. If you do, search your deck for Altmile and add it to your hand, and then discard 1 card. So yeah, and when this card is discarded for strike cost, it gains plus 2 grades. Grade 3. Next is the most amazing card in the deck, Blaster Friend Bakao. When your card named Blaster Blade is placed on the Vanguard circle or Rearguard circle, same column as this unit, and you have a Vanguard with Blaster, you can counter charge 1. So most of the time, the only way you can get a Blaster Vanguard is when you Legion with a Ting Saber Dragon into Blaster Blade, and then you can get the Blaster in the front row. The Blaster's Vanguard. So either way, it's that's not the main reason why this guy is played. This guy is played because you use it with Liu, and you are able to do that double attack combo by counter blasting 1, and you can reset like Super Counter Blaster Blade attack again. So that's the main reason, not really for the counter charge, but it's more for the re-attacking. Yeah. 2 copies of Blaster Rapier. The only reason why I use Blaster Rapier is because I want to ride her and boost with Winger Brave to search out my doggy. So yeah, it is mostly used for the name. It's a Blaster name. Alright, the starter we have is Winger Brave. It's a Brave deck, not really. Winger Brave is when this unit blues a Blaster unit and attack hits. Whether it hits the Vanguard or Rearguard doesn't matter. You may search a deck for a Blaster card and add it to your hand. So yeah, search for your mainly for your Blaster Bagao because it is a very, very good booster in the deck. And I'll explain more later. Alright, let's get on to our triggers. The triggers over here is 8 crits, 4 draws, and 4 heals. The crits is Altmile crits and the Blaster crits. So it's perfect for the Blaster and Altmile deck. 4 draws and 4 heals. Draws, Margos, definitely the most important draws because you'll be able to put into soul and feel for your double restanding Ting Saber. The strike we play is, the first strike, mostly if you're going for the Ting Saber route, is strike into Garblade. Garblade, when the attack hits the Vanguard, you can search your deck for grade 2 and Superior Core it. So you can Superior Core Liu. If you core it behind Bakao, you can set up your soul as well. Perfect. Most of the time your opponent's got a perfect guard this, so it's great. Next strike is most likely we're gonna go for Aerial Divine Knight. His ability is when this unit is placed on Vanguard circle, you may pay the cost of choosing another Aerial Divine Knight and flipping face up. If you do your front row gains plus ability, front row gains plus 3k. And if the number of face up cards in your G zone is 2 or more, basically second strike or more, you may search your deck for a grade 2 card and superior card to your Rearguard circle. And if you do, that unit gets 5k power. So it's a great card because for no combo blast, you'll be able to search out grade 2. Freaking fantastic. 4 copies because it is the best Royal Strike ever. Right, next is the evolution of Altmile. Transcending the Heavens. His ability is activate once per turn, counter blast 1 and flip a copy of your G zone face up. And if you have an Altmile heart, you can activate its skill. So yeah, his skill is when this unit attacks the Vanguard, you make a Superior Core grade 2 from a deck, and that unit gains 5k power. And while in the G zone, you have for each Aerial Divine Knight in your G zone face up, the front row gains was 2k power. So most of the time you're gonna use it during your second strike if you're riding into Altmile. So you're getting 6k front row. If most of my duo videos you watch, I've powered up my rear guards with 6k. So it's great because every attack you do, your opponent's most likely gonna guard for 5k more. Freaking amazing. And this means the more attack you do, the more powerful your finisher is. Alright, this is great because first it can superior core stuff. So it can superior core stuff like Liu. So it guarantees you to have a Liu to do a double attack. Because Liu attack once, you go into soul, you can call another Blaster Blade attack again. So this is very important, especially during your final strike, which is a front row 8k. Liu into Blaster Blade is devastating. And imagine if you have Flogger on the field, you can come blast 1 and do additional attack with your Blaster Blade. So this deck is really perfect. The Blaster engine is really perfect with Altmile. I've discovered it after playtesting with all sorts of build. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy my deck profile on my Altmile Ting Blaster deck. Be sure to add me on Facebook and subscribe to my channel. Peace out and love you guys.